Testing, testing. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a hell yeah. Can you hear me, ladies and gentlemen? I can see the chat box moving, but I don't know if you can hear me. Well, guess what? We are here to talk about the brand new cover that was recently revealed by WWE themselves. During Saturday night's main event, we got a little glimpse as to what the future may look like for 2k26. Now, on your screen right now, I cut off the WWE side of things, but you know how the cover looks. It's the Monday Night War edition, where you see the Raw characters, Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, Kurt Angle, China, and you see them facing off with WCW, Eric Bischoff, Booker T, Goldberg, Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and the Hulkster brother. We're going to be talking about the trailer, the sneak peek teasers, and just what we can hope to expect tonight on this live stream. So I hope you guys have had a great weekend. We got so much to get into within this little reveal that turned out to be huge. Last night, TKO, who now runs and owns WWE and UFC, had two shows going on at once. I watched the UFC debut. Why did I say it like that? I watched the UFC debut, and I really wanted to check out Saturday night's main event. I just didn't have the chance to. So I missed out on that epic teaser. Then my phone started blowing up. People were messaging me personally on Discord. It was intense. We got 17 likes, I'm saying here. If you guys can like it up, it would help the channel so much more than you can imagine, so we could get some more people in this stream. So let's go up the list here and see what you guys are saying. We got a lot of hell yeahs. When did you become Cena? I became Cena at the start and at the end of the stream, where I disappear. You can't see me. That's your favorite era of wrestling? Yes, the Attitude Era. What will they announce tomorrow? I think tomorrow we'll finally get the standard cover revealing CM Punk. That's what I'm thinking. What's going on, Kev? I see you, leader. You're being toxic, man. You're being toxic. I see you, though. What up, Hey Fan? What up, Gunark? I'm ready to pre-order the expensive one. Golden. Raj, Angry. I see you. You're back, Angry. Weekend's been pretty solid, man. I'm so hyped this year for the new game like never before. Really? That much? We haven't even seen anything. What up, Swank? I think I'm going to get the Attitude Era edition, but for me, it depends on if it's still going to be on last gen. If I can't get Attitude Era, then I may get standard with Punk. What up, Timothy? CM Punk has to be the cover star if the showcase is based on him. That's what I'm thinking, just because of how they've done it. I'll be pre-ordering 26 on Friday. Cool. I see you, VJ. What's going on? You predicted Monday Night Wars a few months ago. You did mention that you would like to see that. I do remember. January 28th last year, we got our first teaser trailer. I think we'll get the same situation again. Saturday night's main event hit. Banger match, especially AJ versus Shin. Wish my faction wasn't in it. Well, you can always ignore it. I'm doing all right, man. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that, Swank. Can we finally see new animations of the F5? Maybe we get some new animations. I don't think they'll do all of them, though. Hope 2K tells us what's in the pre-order. For sure, we'll figure that out this coming Friday. Snow, yeah, it's getting cold everywhere. I already seen the commercial. It is CM Punk. It was a UK commercial. Really. Excited for Goldberg. Lexx in the Attitude Era cover. Lita has the Hardys. I know everyone keeps pointing that out. I mean, that's the Attitude Era version of her. Of course she's going to have the necklace. It doesn't guarantee anything. I think AJ Lee pre-order bonus. That's the big guess now. AJ versus Nakamura on the Fatal 4-Way from Saturday night was a banger. I'm doing pretty good, Wes. Thanks for asking. Big fan. First time in the chat, though. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. You feel the same? You play on PC, and I'll never buy again until I have all the features. Feels strange to be left out of the new stuff, and I bought the game for the last 10 years. I feel you on that, Samson. Much love, bro, for sure. I've been waiting for this for years. Yeah, this year is going to be a lot of fun, it seems. If Lex Hendry isn't in the game, I cancel my pre-order. What? Lex Hendry's going to be there. I'll make him. I hope they get Kane's interest. Me too. No low blows, just straight strong style, pure awesomeness. That's what's up. Do you think the standard edition will be revealed tomorrow? I think so. I mean, we got it on... We just got the reveal during SmackDown, and then Saturday night's main event. Raw's the next show. It's the week of the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's happening on Saturday. They got to have the trailer ready. I think it's all about creating the hype around the Rumble, just like they've done it the last couple of years. All right, so you saw me cut up the widescreen edition. I actually did this using a little bit of help from the AI, removing the row for each show to separate it to use it as a thumbnail. I figured I'd do it for the stream because I wanted to basically come on here and check out the covers together, zoom in, see a little bit of detail that they're showcasing, discuss it, analyze it, predict some stuff. And yeah, look at this right here, man. Look at this beauty right here. This is the Monday Night War edition that was just recently revealed, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy that they put a cover this nice to showcase the greatest era in professional wrestling, in my opinion. So they, of course, started off with the WWE brand up top, and then at the bottom, you got WCW. Now, there's some notable faces missing on both sides. We all know that when the Monday Night Wars were a thing, Booker T wasn't yet the Booker T that we grew to know and love. He was still building up, and I'm not saying that he didn't blow up, because of course he did. He was world champion. I mean, he was a five-time. But we know that instead of putting Eric Bischoff, instead of putting Booker T, they could have put some other WCW talent, perhaps some of the other ones like Ric Flair even, or just other superstars that really made an impact when they signed with the brand. But having Eric Bischoff, it's an obvious choice. The crazy part is that we know that there's one person missing 100% from the WWE side of things. Yeah, Scott Steiner's another one they could have put. DDP, for sure. I'm surprised they didn't put DDP, especially considering he's in the game. Vince McMahon. If you're putting Eric Bischoff, then you have to put Vince. So that's like one of the biggest tragedies of this cover, unfortunately. They are hiding the greatness of this era by not putting in the front the man who created, pushed, and took it to a whole nother level. No Mankind. Well, Mankind is going to be in the game. They showed him in the teaser trailer. They just didn't want to promote Mankind. At the end of the day, they replaced Vince McMahon with someone that truly deserves the recognition. It pains me to know that she's no longer here with us, but we've given love to Vince when he's deserved it. We've given love to Mankind plenty of times. So many superstars have been acknowledged through and through for the Attitude Era. One person that is typically not in the front of everyone's mind is China, and she had a great deal to do with that era, as well as Chris Jericho, right? But the fact that we can get China on this cover, it makes me happy, and it's actually a very cool replacement, if you will. If you want to look at it that way, you can look at it as a replacement. And I'm totally okay with that because she was huge when it came to the women's division and, of course, the Attitude Era. This was the only way they could have put Hogan on the cover without getting overly bold and hate. I think that even if it was just Hollywood Hogan by himself, it's really hard to boo. And, maybe it's just all the fans that were not just pissed off with him, but tired of the, eat your vitamins, say your prayers. I think the Hollywood gimmick is one of those characters that will always get a pass and everyone truly loves. So what I'm going to do here right now, you're going to see my reaction in real time. I haven't seen, believe it or not, as big of a fan as I am, I haven't seen the trailer. I saw, the Raw's War banner at the start, and I paused it. And I saw the logo for the artwork, obviously, but I haven't seen the actual trailer myself. So what I'm going to do here is pull it up on Twitter. I just want you guys to see what I'm doing. I have it pulled up on my screen on Twitter. I'm going to watch it right here on this window. I know it looks a little crazy because I have the two windows blocked off here, but I'm going to watch it on my end. And yeah, I have it muted so I don't get copyrighted. Okay, so let me just see the trailer. It's 30 seconds long, so it's not a lot. It says pre-order the Monday Night War edition of WWE 2k26 on January 30th. Immediately, you start off with Nitro. You got the Scott Hall, the Trash Title, The Rock. Hogan is everywhere. DX is everywhere. Goldberg. Stone Cold. I'm a sucker for all these superstars that they showed. The show never stops. I'm a sucker for all the superstars that they showcase. I love the opening segment, just showing the banners and the fireworks. I guess I could show you guys this here. Let me put this front and center. Stone Cold drinking beer. NWO messing around you want a war? You can't go wrong with any of these superstars. DX, NWO, Goldberg, back to Stone Cold. The show never stops. So one of the biggest things that I can take away from this trailer overall is that we're going to get some variety here with the arenas. I think that we're going to get some classic arenas that we've been wanting to see for a very long time now. I think we're going to start to see more of that. Hopefully. Hopefully. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I think that if you look at what they showcased with the Attitude Era, the Monday Night War edition, one of the biggest things that they're going to offer within those packs, you may not want to hear this, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be for my faction and the island. Show openers, they're showing it here in the teaser, but it was more to showcase the logo on the banner. If they put the intro, that would be phenomenal. But here's where my mind is at. Here's where my mind is at. Because we already have these superstars. Again, I'm going to repeat myself many times tonight and throughout this journey, because we're going to just break things down and overanalyze. We don't have much to go by right now. But if you guys have been around long enough, you can kind of know what to expect. We're going to put some background music too. I feel like it's a little too silent. Let's put a little bit of the background music here. Hold on. Just on a loop. Just to have a little background noise. So, my faction, the island, they've been trying so hard to put it over with the fans. And if you guys saw the report with Mike Straw, which we talked during our stream and in other videos that we did, Mike Straw reported that the factions are going to have a big storyline in the island. So when you buy the Ultimate Edition, you're probably gonna get extra hair. I mean, extra gear, just merch and things that are gonna be tied to the faction wars. And then for my faction, you'll get the high overall version of those superstars that are available to kick off the year. What up, Jay? How's it going? So that's what you're looking to get with the Monday Night War Edition, because they're not going to give you a special game mode. They're not going to give you a special anything really. That's not going to be available to everyone else besides things that are in game. This is all digital. So how can they make the value up digitally? By giving you things that are useful within those other modes. Snowed in, just got internet back. Damn, is that bad, huh? Yeah, so we'll have extra accessories, basically. And I don't think we'll get glitches with them Golden Star. I think we'll be alright. Maybe the people that don't have it. I don't know if it'll be a showcase, but it would be amazing. I may be wrong, just because I think it would have leaked by now. But if we get a Monday Night War showcase, that would be the ultimate satisfaction for me and many fans out there. Guys, JCSJ is a fellow YouTuber. Check out his channel. He does amazing videos. Very creative, very humble, very honest, and fun to watch. So, if there is no showcase, well, at least we'll see the island and my faction content. And then, if you look at the other edition, let me put the cover up for the other one. The Attitude Era edition, well, what can that bring? More characters for my faction, more alternate things for the island, already unlocked. Now, one thing that I would hope that these editions include, and I don't mind paying the extra for it, is more arenas. I'm okay with that. My internet power got back on an hour, went out and got back on an hour ago. Damn, I hope you guys are safe out there. Be careful with the weather. I know it's been really, really cold and people have been struggling with this storm. So people are talking about Sting. I see you, Raj, mentioning Sting. I've had other people mention, well, Sting has to be there. He's part of the Monday Night War. Yes and no. See, as much as I love Sting, because I do really like Sting, he is signed to AEW. He's part of AEW still, even if he's not competing. They have his likeness, his licensing right now. And I know that WWE owns the WCW content and they can use the footage, but putting him in the game is like a big no-no just because he does own his likeness and he is already under contract. I know some people are saying, well, they put Badass Billy Gunn, they put Abyss, they put AJ Styles' theme song. Yes, they did, but that doesn't guarantee that all situations are the same. This is a very different situation. Sting has a contract with AEW just like Stone Cold Steve Austin, who hasn't wrestled in forever and had that WrestleMania match with WWE. Stone Cold's still signed to WWE. He still has toys. He's still featured in games and, promos. Sting won't be featured unless they're highlighting an era on TV and they want to showcase, the truth, which Sting was a huge part of it. But when it comes to like a video game, GM integration, think about it, Jay. What's going on, Ghost? How's it going? Did you notice the cane that is on the cover in the Attitude Era edition? Yes, that's the Attitude Era cane, and that's my favorite cane ever. Billy Gunn is signed to AEW, but it's just different, man. Billy Gunn is not Sting, and Sting is not Billy Gunn. You know what I'm saying? Billy Gunn is a WWE guy. Sting isn't. Billy Gunn probably has some sort of specific deal, It's just the contracts are just going to be very, very different. And while I would say never, we know that AEW and WWE don't really work together all that much. So, what I was trying to build up to say is that just because Sting is not going to be in it, or maybe Ric Flair's not going to be in it, Edge and Christian not going to be in it, the Hardys may not even be in it, even though the Hardys are possible because they work with TNA. But just because some of these particular characters are not in it, I don't think we should avoid doing this. Like one of my friends, shout out to my boy Brian, not just Brian, but one of my boys, his name is Brian as well. He messaged me immediately and said, hey, we're Sting, what's going on? Jericho's not here. Like, where are these people? You can't do it without them. And I'm like, yes and no. Yes, you're right. They are huge when it comes to these eras. They are the essence of these eras. But they weren't the only ones in these eras. There's other people, many other people that contributed. So the way I look at it is that, man, I'm old enough to know and understand they have these superstars under certain contracts that prevent them from working and crossing over. So it is what it is. And to be honest with you, they have all the top superstars that you can think of. The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Chyna. And there's going to be even more. They have Eric Bischoff. They have Booker T, Goldberg, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan. And there's going to be more. So to me, it's not that big of a deal because we are going to feature the era regardless. Now, if they said, hey, I can't do this era because we don't have Ric Flair, we don't have Sting, we don't have Edge and Christian, we don't have the Hardy Boys, I'd be really bummed out. Honestly, I'd be really bummed out. Lex, what do you think about this idea? You have Monday Night War and My Rise, and you choose which side you want to play, and they will put you in that era and time. Exactly! I would love that! Can you imagine if this is all about My Rise, the island, all of the game modes basically celebrating all this? Man, this would be my favorite game. This would be my favorite game from WWE 2K. CM Punk will probably get announced during Monday Night Raw. He's most likely the standard. What up, Clint? Thank you for stopping by, Kimberly. 130 or 100? Well, we know for a fact that after the big reveal, this is going to be the $100 edition right here. This is the $100 edition right here. And then you're going to have the $130 edition to the right, which is the Monday Night War edition. So back to what I was saying, like, this is more about what this game is going to offer than it is about the characters by themselves. Lex would activate Ultra Glaze if Monday Night Wars was integrated into My Rise. I wouldn't wait to play My Rise like I've done every other year. I would 100% play My Rise. Yeah, I'd love to have a lot of the DX and NWO faction rivalry scenes in universe. Hell yeah. I would hope that that's what this means. I'm looking beyond just the superstars on the cover here at this point. Why would they put this background? Why would they put the steel steps here? Why would they put the hardcore logo on the 2k26, emblem? Why would they put duct tape? Why would they choose this era right now? Well, it's not just for the money, because people were going to buy this game regardless. Even if someone is complaining and fussing and saying, hey, I'm never going to buy this game again, most people will just wait for a sale, or they'll buy it day one because they can't miss out. They don't want to feel that feeling of missing out. And others would probably just wait to play it on Game Pass or PS Plus or whatever service they have that will have it. But some way, somehow, most people will still try it out because they're gamers, they like wrestling, and it's the only or just about the main game that is out there right now. So let's say I'm wrong and, there's really hardcore people out there that don't want to get it, then fine. You could look at this as one of the biggest selling points that's going to drive everyone to want to spend the big bucks. They're like, how can we get people to really appreciate this year's game? Well, we got to go all out. What that means exactly is that they're going to feature not only the Attitude Era, but they're also going to do the Monday Night Wars, and they're going to sprinkle it across the entire game. We already heard that they're going to have some of these freaking match types that we haven't seen since like 2K14. Guys, stop and think for just 1 second. We're getting an I Quit match. We're getting an Inferno match. We're getting 3 stages of hell. We're getting a dumpster match. You add that to the fact that we have the cover that has been revealed, and you're looking at a full-blown, hardcore-driven game tailoring the experience to replicate what we used to see on TV. And if they do that, right, then you're going to see the faction wars spill into the island. You're going to see multiple factions in the island, like Mike Straw reported, and this is what it ends up being about. And then we already have a mode called My Faction. It sells itself at this point. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. You have 2 modes that can really use this to get people interested. And then what you guys were saying, My Rise? Imagine if My Rise, after already having NXT invade the brands, because they did the storyline with NXT invading, imagine if they do My Rise with some attitude. Ha! Just imagine taking you back to that era just a little bit. What up, Gigi? What up, Drek? You think the Highland's going to be in Attitude Era on Monday Night Wars? I think it'll feature it. This guy is getting me hyped. Listen, they are trying so hard to not only deliver on what we've wanted to see them deliver for this game, to have, you know, more weapon interactions. I mean, we even heard about tables being stacked. When did WWE ever really care to do that? I know it was recently done a little bit, but when they really focused on this kind of match types was during the Attitude Era. Simple as that. So, that's what this is about. Think about it. It's not going to be about, well, we're getting Kane. All right, now we understand why Kane didn't drop this past year, because they're working on him for 2K26. But, you know, we already have these superstars. That's funny. I'm showing the wrong cover because I got Mankind, Sable, and Vince McMahon. Let me change that up before someone actually thinks that's the cover. I just noticed. There we go. That's the real cover there. But you get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, connect the dots. What was it? 30 years of WrestleMania? Or was it 40? No, it was like 40 years of WrestleMania. Yeah, it was 40 years of WrestleMania. They did that special edition in 2K24. And what happened? WrestleMania was part of the showcase. It was sprinkled in the game everywhere. My faction had stuff. The game had stuff that resembled the matches from WrestleMania. I know it wasn't anything crazy and super special for us, for many of us. Because I read what you guys had to say. A lot of you got tired after 2K24. But 2K25, the Bloodline. It was all about the Bloodline, right? And what happened with that? It was all about the island. The island was filled with Bloodline stuff. So if you look at the clues, it's all about what the game is offering as an experience. They're basically telling you, hey, buy 2K26 because you're going to experience attitude. You're going to experience hardcore. You're going to experience an era that everyone knows and loves and remembers. And we're going to take you back there. They've already had the superstars in the game, so it's not about the superstars. Even if they feature some classic characters from back then, it's not just about them. It's not just about them. It's more than that. It's about honoring a time that for sure deserves to be honored. But if you're going to honor an era like this, and not have big names like Sting featured, for example, then there has to be more to offer. And it's the game modes, it's the match types, it's the features. Lex, quick question. What if 2K just reused the Attitude Era every 13 years just to milk it? The year doesn't matter. I know they did it similar in 2013 and then 16 with the Stone Cold stuff. 13 years ago, 13 years later, that's not the reason why they did it now. Now, my question is, does last-gen consoles really hold this game back? I'm not a developer, so I don't get when people say that. How does Xbox One and PS4 prevent 2K from making a good game? They're making a good game, but if you're talking about making it a better game, it's mainly because of the fact that they don't have the resources to split the teams the way other games do. The engine that they have is right now working on both platforms, and at the end of the day, they have their decisions, their priorities, their money distributed a certain way. I don't know how that works. What I do know is that the island wasn't available on last gen, and if the island wasn't available on last gen, I'm assuming that there's going to be more things that are not going to be available this year if they do release it on last gen. I think we sure will still see the... Think about it. It's all about factions. It's all about, WCW, WWF. So AAA, TNA are now welcomed more than ever because it'll be an all-out war. Not much for the Attitude Era. All right, nothing wrong with that, hey fan. I don't think the Monday Night War edition will be locking a story. I don't think they'll lock an expansion. That'll be pretty crazy. Again, I could be wrong. We're just guessing. We're discussing, and I'm taking what you're saying. I'm reading it. I'm processing it, and I'm giving you my feedback. I could be wrong. Maybe this year they're like, man, let's just put an expansion. If people buy the Monday Night War edition, then they'll get the Monday Night War showcase. If they don't, then they could buy the showcase later by itself separately. Who knows? Maybe. If any match of the Monday Night War is in the showcase, it would be incomplete without showing Vince. It depends, man. They could go around it. I don't know how they're gonna go around it. You're right. I don't know. I personally don't see 2K's excuse when it comes to stuff like that, but that's just me. I don't think that it's a worthy excuse. I agree. I don't think it's a worthy excuse because I think that they should just work on next gen and keep releasing the game on last gen, kind of like minimal updates. If you're still playing on last gen, you get minimum. You play on next gen or current gen, rather, you get everything. I'm excited for AAA content. Their shows and characters are very fun. I'm excited to see the game grow and expand the roster to heights we've never seen before. More characters means more attires, more animations, more theme songs, more variety. Imagine they're saying that it's going to be maybe over 400 superstars. Didn't grow up in that era, but I love the covers a lot. Ross, the covers are bangers, man. This cover right here, I love it. I love the multi-man cover. I love the showcase of this era. The colors that they chose, the decisions they made with the superstars they highlighted. I'm loving everything about it. There's very little I can complain about, which I already did. I said, you know what? We needed Vince right there next to Kurt Angle or even next to Stone Cold because Vince was 100%, the man responsible for all this. But it's okay that he's not there. And it's okay that they put China. I'm happy that they're showcasing China. They can't put every single person on this cover. They can't. That's just the reality of it. And I love Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, The Rock, and Stone Cold, those are three of my favorite GOATs of all time. So for me, this is amazing. And then from WCW, Hulk Hogan is another one of my GOATs. Freaking Scott Hall, Goldberg, all these guys are awesome. I'm all for it. And the fact that China was able to make her way into the cover too is amazing. And you know something? Monday Night Wars was crazy thing back then in wrestling industry. Yep. And you know something else? Even though you made the point of them not having, let me see. Hold on. Let me scroll up. Even though you made the point of them not having enough resources, but what if we had two different games like 2K15 for the? Yeah, that's what I've been saying the last couple of years. Gunark. I've been saying that for the last couple of years. I've been saying that this is not an excuse because they could just release the same game for last gen and a new game for next gen. Work mainly on next gen. I've been saying this for a while, man. It gets a little tiring when I'm going up against it's an uphill battle because at the end of the day, I don't know if they're listening to me or watching me. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm not a developer. I'm just speaking my mind, and to be honest, I may be speaking out of my ass because there's a real reason why they haven't done it. We just don't know it, and they don't owe us anything, honestly. In terms of telling us how their business mindset works, they don't owe us anything except for delivering a fun, exciting game. And to me, they've delivered a fun game. Exciting? I know that it's not that exciting for some people because they're tired of it, but for me, it's been fun as hell. A lot of people say not having Vince in it is an L because if it wasn't for him, yeah, I know a lot of people are going to say that, but it is what it is. We're in the era right now in real life of the cancel culture, of the righteousness, of the everyone has to be squeaky clean and perfect, and I get it, man. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own feelings and emotions. And you know what? They don't want to ruffle and make anyone feel bad or whatever the case is. They'll just put someone else that's worthy of being represented, that showcase that era, and they've done that. So it's not like they've disrespected Vince or disrespected the Attitude Era or the fans of that era or of this era. They're trying to walk between the lines here and stay focused on what really matters, and that's delivering a fresh game that feels new. And we haven't seen anything yet. This is all based on what Mike Straw reported. This is all based on the covers. This is all based on a whole lot of nothing, because we're going to see eventually what this game really has to offer. I like the ruthless aggression. I'm sure they'll go and do something with that soon. Tori Wilson retweeted the game. I'm sure she's going to be in it. I really feel like they should have Monday Night Wars. I would love it. I think I'm going to pick up the Attitude Era cover. That cover's nice. I hope they do it physical, man. I hope they bring that to the physical fans. The cover for the Standard Edition appears to be also multi-person. CM Punk, Liv, Io on the cover. That would be interesting. Maybe Vince is in the game. They just didn't put him on the cover. They could do that as well. They could do that. You're right, Kev. They could keep him in the showcase in the background and not really do much else with him. Just keep him part of the story. It is what it is. Let's be honest. They are pacing the same game since 22, adding some more stuff, but this can be a remembered game for 2K. I think that they've been building positively since 2K22. I don't think it's a copy and paste. Monday Night War story mode, not showcase mode. I mean, that's just a different name for the same concept, right? What would be the perfect pre-order bonus for you? Considering that I will be playing the island, lots of VC, lots of cosmetics for free unlocked within the bonus, possibly a DLC character, some arenas, things like that. I don't think, like, one or the other. It doesn't have, what I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be like a character. It doesn't have to be like the Whites. It could be anything that I just mentioned. Byron, you're talking about next year being 40 years of SummerSlam? Come on, man. Give me a break. I can honestly see the standards, including CM Punk, Stephanie, and... I don't know, man. We don't know. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I think Gage is going to be base game roster. I think so, too. She got mentioned by one of the superstars. What up, Mason? The Inferno match is going to be a lot of fun. Should have replaced Booker T with DDP. Yeah, you know, I like DDP too, but I love Booker T. I get it, though. Yeah, unlocking match types. I enjoy that. Who the heck is still buying the last gen game? There's a lot of people buying the last gen game, man. Mason, you're always asking me the same question. I'm not going to answer it. I always answer the same way. What up, Only? How's it going? How's it going? Peace. I don't know what you're saying. I don't care what anyone says. No one embodies Attitude Era more than Stone Cold and The Rock. Of course. What up, Bishop? Your thoughts on AJ Styles retiring this early in the year? I don't think it matters how late or early in the year it is. It matters more of when his contract expires, when he wants to actually retire, and what he wants to do. Can't wait to see the standard edition in a few hours. I can't wait, man. They may have Vince locked. Yep. The Attitude Era would be so good physical. I agree, man. I hate that they made that special edition last year digital with Undertaker. I know. Does anyone think there'll be a ruthless aggression? One day. What's up, Jesse? There's another edition to cover. Oh, we'll see when the new covers come out, man. We're getting spoiled. Why is Byron talking about SummerSlam? I don't know, man. He's on one. There are 5 editions this year? Really? AJ Lee's base game and mentioned. Wouldn't that mean Brian Pillman too? I mean, I think Brian Pillman should be, right? Lex Luger, why is no one talking? What do you mean? What do you mean? Peace out, Gunner. Get some rest, man. What's your favorite era other than Attitude? Attitude, man. Attitude and a little bit of the early 2000s. I don't care for the ruthless aggression like that. I stopped watching most of that era. I missed it. Well, they haven't promoted anything yet, Dan. We gotta wait. What is Only saying? Hold on. Let me see what you're saying, Only. I gotta translate what you're saying. I really don't know what you're saying right now. You should all check out. Oh, he's saying some random. He's spamming some random thing. I thought he was saying something else. Thank you to the new subscribers, all the viewers that have tuned in. Thank you for stopping by. We will be streaming plenty of WWE 2k26 when it comes out. We will be having our league return this year once again. We have an online league called LWF. Remember that the pre-orders are going live January 30th. That's going to be this coming Friday. What up, Brian? What up, big head? What up, foo? Lex, which is better, Unreal or the Dark Side of the Ring? Dark Side of the Ring is very dark. Unreal is very light, but reveals what WWE does behind the scenes, which I think is pretty solid. You bought Mortal Kombat 9 for 360. Do I have that one? I think I bought that one for PS3. Yo, Brian, if you feel like chopping it up and joining the mic, same with JCSJ. If you guys want to join the mic, man, let me know. I was hoping to see Kenny drop by in the chat, see if he wanted to join in too. Infinity finishers? You want to have infinite finishers? Only reason I'm not excited about this game is because we already have the characters now. But that's what I was saying earlier, Rude. You probably weren't here. I don't think that these covers are about the characters. I mean, yes, it's about the characters, but it's more about what this represents. It's more about the match types. It's more about the feeling of hardcore and the characters that created this foundation for what wrestling really became. So it's not just about a superstar being in the game or not. Will we get certain gimmicks now thanks to this edition? Yeah, we're going to get some variety and we'll see some more superstars from that era get shown and put within the DLC and all that. But I think this is more to showcase that My Rise will have the factions, that my faction will have some events for it, hopefully. That Universe is going to have some, era-related content. My Rise maybe even. So, I think this just means that this is what the game is going to be about. The theme, the Inferno matches, I Quit, the 3 stages of hell, the stackable tables. This is what it represents overall. We did talk about earlier, someone mentioned it about Lita having the chain. I don't think that means anything. That's the Attitude Era Lita. I mean, it could be an Easter egg. I wouldn't put my eggs in all my eggs in one basket because the Hardys are still with TNA and WWE would have to have a specific contract to feature them, I'm sure. Could it happen? Yes, of course it can, but will it happen? That's the real question. I just don't have that answer, nor am I really speculating if they're going to be in it. I would say that there's a high chance that they could make it. We can join the mic lounge. I'm not doing the open mic today. No open mic today, but I'll do one again real soon for sure. Probably later this week. I was just inviting Brian, JCSJ if you want to join, and Kenny if he dropped by, to keep it Keep the list short. Attitude Era ended when WWF was gone and WWE started, pretty much. Can't wait to see the setup and dress code you got for 2K26. Well, last year for a while you saw me. I had the background with the little Hawaiian style stuff, and I had the shirts. This year, to be honest, I've been brainstorming a little bit. We'll see. Open mic was brutal. I tried. Hey, man, that's why I spread it out from that's why I don't do like watch-alongs like that anymore, because it's just overwhelming. But it's a good overwhelming. It's not bad, but you know, there's a lot of overlapping, and you got to be patient with that. And tonight, I'm just trying to go over some of the stuff that's been revealed, read the chat as much as I can, give my thoughts on it. And if we have some special guests join us, then great. But open mic is like you said, it's a little brutal at times. It could become a Royal Rumble. You think we get voiced I quit for everyone on the roster? Nah. I think it'll be a generic voice. And I'll be happy with it at least being generic. I want to hear some. If it's a female, I want to hear a female say I quit. If it's a male, I want to hear a male say I quit. I wouldn't be too mad if, you know, they don't have the actual voice for each superstar. What will be annoying is if they don't have any sound. Like if they just do an I quit match and they put a big screen, a big letter on your screen, that'll be annoying. No, we're not getting promos with voiceovers. I don't think so. In what order are you going to try the new match types? 3 Stages of Hell will be the first one for sure. Lex, do you think the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns wins the Rumble? He could. Cody could 3-peat too. I hope Cody doesn't 3-peat though. What up, Corey? Over the past 2 years, SummerSlam has been more important than WrestleMania. Stop. Byron, stop. You're super excited for the game. That's what's up. My brother said that you can get sports games on disc for around $20 just a few months after release. Does that apply to WWE 2K? It doesn't cost $20 a few months after release. They usually cost about $30 to $40. And it is true, 2K on disc will go on sale for like $40, $45 about a month after it drops, or maybe 2 months, something like that. Within a month, you'll see it drop to like $50. I just feel like they're using Persona cards as additional DLC. I want new and returning arenas. I'm just waiting on info before I buy for sure. I recommend that everyone should wait on the reveals and the details before pre-ordering blindly. How many Attitude Era arenas will be in the game? I guess it comes down to how they approach this. Are we going to get this featured in the showcase besides CM Punk? Are they going to include this in My Rise where you unlock certain arenas? Are they going to have some unlockables through the island? Like, they could do a lot with the arenas. If anything, they need to work on the online matches. Lagging and disconnecting needs to end. I don't know about that, my boy. This year, it didn't really lag that much. The glitches came with certain weapons or pins or like certain animations triggering it, but it wasn't lagging and disconnecting for me. Why is it possible for WWE to use Jake the Snake Roberts even though he's with AEW but not Sting? Specific contracts. It's a case-by-case scenario with every superstar. Keep in mind that Jake the Snake has a very near and dear spot within WWE and for WWE, right? There's a difference. The relationship there is very, very different than the one with Sting. Sting was very anti-WWE for a long time. He ended up going to WWE because he really wanted to wrestle Taker, really wanted to wrestle at WrestleMania. And, you know, he ended his career there with a bad injury that basically made him retire. But then AEW came along and they got him and he did a bunch of tag matches. And he has a special contract with AEW. So that's like saying, why isn't Stone Cold in AEW's merch and product? It just depends on the contract. Stone Cold has a deal with WWE that he can't appear anywhere. RVD did wrestle in AEW, but that was also like a per appearance deal. So it's literally a contract situation with each individual. Are we going to see the Vision in 26? Oh, for sure. They have to, right? One match that we need to get in real life, CM Punk versus Stone Cold. I don't know if that'll ever happen at this point. The problem of Monday Night War Showcase, we can't get Sting. I don't think that's a problem. You just have to skip over it. Like I said earlier in the stream, I don't think you were here, but you can't avoid doing something like this just because one or two people are missing or a couple of people are missing. Who is your male and female Rumble winners next week? We'll talk about that when we're setting up for that. I'm definitely going to be doing a live watch along for the Royal Rumble, so I hope all you guys and girls, all in between, tune in and have some fun because we're going to be reacting live to the Royal Rumble. I hope we get a new commentator. I'm interested in seeing how the draft works in universe mode. Me too. Jake has 2 separate WWE and AEW Legend deals that allows that Sting's likeness is owned by AEW currently. Seems like that's the case. What incentives or characters do you think these additions will have? As I mentioned earlier, I think it's going to be tied down to the island and my faction. Probably some bonus arenas and characters overall, sure, but it'll mainly be for the island and my faction. Let me see here. I'm trying to pull up. I was just gonna pull up the Twitter page. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna actually zoom in. We did this in our last stream, so I want to do it again with the other cover. So if you guys missed our epic stream last time, we're going to do this again here so you could enjoy it with us. So look at the detail close. So you guys were saying, well, what's going to be so special if they're already in the game? What's so special about this Attitude Era edition if all these characters are in the game already? Well, you got to look at the tape. You got to look at, like, it looks like maybe like broken glass or paper. Lots of scratches. Specific characters like this masked version of Kane. This Stone Cold. This Undertaker. You know... Yes, you see Lita with the Hardy Boys necklace. The Hardys did come out in NXT. It is possible. It can happen. Now, will it happen? We'll see. They didn't show the Hardys in the commercial. Maybe they're leaving it as a surprise. They put the Dudleys here. The Hardys could have been here. Mankind could have been here. Vince McMahon could have been there. But at least they put Stephanie McMahon, which I'm cool with that. And China, of course. Trish Stratus, how could they not? But the biggest thing here is not the superstars, man. Because the superstars is going to be tied down to cosmetics in the island and my faction, if I had to predict. It's the theme of the game. The theme that you see running across your screen when you see this artwork. That's what it comes down to. The theme. I promise you that they are going to give us a game that's going to at least be worth checking out on sale if you haven't wanted to play it. Is it a gimmick? I hope not. I hope that they're very serious because mixing it up and matching up with the Monday Night Wars and the Attitude Era means that you have to pay homage in a respectful way. Otherwise, you're going to piss a lot of people off even more. Now, this one doesn't reveal as much, right? In comparison to the other one. What does it reveal? That Goldberg is going to be back for sure. And all these other superstars that we already knew were going to be in the game are in the game. But more importantly, it reveals specifically that there's a Monday Night War bonus coming here. And you see that we have the steel steps, man. The steel steps, it's again in relation to the attitude, to the hardcore, to the matches, to the overall vibe of the game. They're going all out with this attitude vibe. That's what this is about. That's what I'm getting from this reveal. And notice how in these reveals, they specifically showed these matches and characters on TV. They didn't show gameplay. They didn't reveal anything that we haven't already seen from those eras. It wasn't like they showed us new footage. It was literally real life footage from that era. What up, Super? We've already talked about Sting plenty, man. I can't repeat myself again. But yeah, Sting is not going to be in. You're getting the Monday Night Wars edition. Now, the most expensive edition is, without a doubt, the Monday Night Wars edition. This edition is going to be packing $130 for sure. Kurt looks scared for his life. Nah, you're good. You're good, Super. Thank you for the $2 rule, my boy. Thank you for the $2 rule. It's funny because Booker T looks pissed off. Goldberg looks pissed off. Eric Bischoff looks like he's taking a high school photo. Kevin Nash looks kind of like he's looking at something into the sky. Scott Hall looks amazing. He looks like, swagged out. And then Hulk Hogan looks like a little confused as well. When you look at the WWE side of things, Stone Cold kind of looks bored. The Rock looks like he's full of himself with the people's eyebrow there. Undertaker looks like he's about to freaking take a dump. I don't know. And Triple H looks like he just discovered something. You're right. Kurt Angle does look a little scared. And China looks worried as well. You're saying Jeff is in the trailer already with CM Punk? When was that? Taker, Zach Kane? Hell yeah. Why is Undertaker eye look messed up? Hold on, let me see if that's because that's the edited version that I did. Hold on, let me see. Oh no, yeah, that's a different photo. That's the one that I did for my wallpaper for my thumbnail. What up, Brandon? Oh man, Carducci, why you gotta be so detailed? I just noticed that, man. He's like, why is his eye like that? Hold on, this is the real deal here, though. I mean, Undertaker still looks like he's holding a fart. That Stone Cold does look different in the other picture. Everyone else looks pretty much the same. Well, maybe Kurt Angle looks a little different. Kurt Angle looks a little different too, bro. Oh, that was just for my thumbnail. I used it for my thumbnail. Oh, shit. That's cool that you picked up on that, though. I didn't even notice. I was so excited that it came out really good, and I just put it up. Let's give the people what they want. Lex versus Kenny versus Bryan. Let's do it. I like to see Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, Brian Pillman. Hey. There's no mention of ECW, okay? What Booker T we getting? Didn't he have a flat top? He did, and that's the thing about this WCW cover here. That Booker T wasn't even as big as we knew him to be, Not yet, at least. We're getting match types from CM Punk Showcase? Oh, for sure. They always do that. I think we'll get Brian Pillman. Why not? The main showcase mode is about Punk. Jeff and Punk had a lot of good matches, so I'd be surprised if Jeff wasn't in it. I would love for him to be in it. Kind of have to put him in it, right? Yo, Carduki, man. I can't believe you spotted that. So, 1 hour ago, we have accumulated 182 votes. Are you excited for WWE 2k26? 81% said yes, I can't wait. 4% no, not really. 15% said I don't know yet. If they're going to dish out these games, they need to put the actual character, not replace them with some other wrestler. Just saying. What do you mean by that? Thank you, Jay, for letting them know. Yes, if you guys like up the stream, if you literally like up the stream, it would help the channel. It would help the stream. It would help the video when it turns into one. And if you haven't subscribed, this is not just the hype season that we're doing. We're going to be streaming 2k26 content. We're going to be doing so many things on here. And we're going to have a lot of videos as well. So, I don't know what you're waiting for. Plus, we're going to be watching the Royal Rumble live next week. Now, let me ask you guys, who's watching the Royal Rumble? Who's watching the Royal Rumble? Because the live PLE watch-alongs are back. We gotta watch the Royal Rumble together. You pull me up on the phone and we start talking crap, reacting together, going crazy. Hopefully we get some surprise entrants. Not me. Damn, you're not excited for the Rumble? Now the build-up for the Rumble this year is kind of like whatever. They're building up Saturday night's main event and all this other crap. Yes, you're right. ECW came in last. You're right. I'm waiting for gameplay before I get hyped. Listen, man, I'm hyped with the cover. Lord willing, I will definitely be watching. You better tune in when you're done watching at least. I don't know if you want to tune in during, but I want to see how you feel about whoever ends up winning that night. But yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm glad you guys are going to be watching. Superstar Steve Austin? Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to be in the Rumble. I wish. I'm going to look out for any details if they show something on 26. Oh, they'll probably show the trailers again. I'm not paying ESPN to see. Guys, use a VPN. There's many free VPNs that are very solid out there. If you guys want a VPN, I'm sure we could post it on Discord. Watch it on Netflix. You already have Netflix. You don't have to pay extra. How do you think I watch it? You think I'm paying for ESPN? Hell no. You already pay for a subscription service. It's called Netflix. I'm sure you have Netflix. Log into your Netflix with a VPN and you can watch all the WWE content on there. But the only problem is that you're probably going to have to watch it on your phone or on the computer or like a tablet or something like that. What up, Ham? WWE missing Vince. It's all balanced out. Exactly. WWE is going to be missing Vince, Sting, all of them. Just use them sites. Hey, I'm not going to recommend that. I'm talking about a paid service. I know it's low beating a dead horse, but paying $130 for a game without access to all the modes feels like we're getting ripped off. What modes are you not getting full access for? Just my opinion and money. Love the streams. Keep it up. Samson, I agree with you. I would never tell someone to pay for something that's not worthwhile. And I've never told people to pay for the $130 as if it's the only option. I love the covers. I think the covers are amazing. The Island on PC. That's right. I got you. Especially if you're playing on PC, I feel for you. Lex Hendry has to be a surprise entrant at the Rumble. Makes sense. I'll think about getting a VPN. If you're going to be using your computer, use Urban VPN. You're not going to get any pop-ups, anything crazy. Urban VPN has like a orange, no, not an orange, sorry, like a red logo. It is free. I use Urban VPN. You go in, you put like Spain, England, Canada, whatever, and then go to Netflix and you'll be able to watch it there. So I'm just letting y'all know. Why do you need a VPN to watch on Netflix? To watch WWE on Netflix. Oh man, Nord or ExpressVPN, I think you gotta pay for those. I'm talking about free. I got the free one, man. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know that you don't have to miss the PLE. You already have Netflix. No. I don't have Express. All right, I'm gonna take a picture of that comment, literally old school style, with my phone, and I'm gonna look those up to see when mine, because I have one on my Apple TV. My Apple TV that I log into, I have another one called Free VPN or something like that. And sometimes that one is a little wacky, so I'll check out Express and Nord if they're free. You're saying you got Express? The VPN is not monthly if you find a good one. That's free. I found a really good stable one called Urban VPN, and it hasn't failed me, man. That's where I watch SmackDown. That's where I watch NXT. That's where I watch the PLEs. That's where I watch all that stuff. Ain't nobody trying to pay for ESPN. Oh, yours is not free? Okay, so no, Express is not free. I'm lucky I got ESPN Unlimited through my cable. Yeah, I didn't get so lucky, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, just because you hear me talking about the game, let me tell you something. I am like one of the worst cheerleader when it comes to this, because I am never going to tell you to spend the $130. Last year, I told everyone, wait for the reveal. And if you're not enjoying what you're seeing, wait for a sale. Don't buy the game at full price. If you don't care about the DLC and the bonuses, wait for a sale. Get the game for like 50, 40 bucks. Save the money and enjoy saving the money. Play the game whenever you can get it. Not when it comes out that you feel forced because everyone is getting it and talking about it. Now, last year, my recommendation was the $100 edition. No problem, Rude. No problem. The $100 edition is the most bang for your buck because it includes the season pass and it includes a couple of other bonus items, including as well some VC. So that's why I always say that. But I am not going to be a hypocrite. I am not going to be a liar. I refuse to lie to you guys. I honestly split the game with my friend Stunna. Shout out to Stunna. I've been doing this for years. If you have someone that is close to you, like a family member or a close friend, what up, OG Gamer? You share the gamer tag information. You put the home console as the primary console for that gamer tag that owns the game. And then you could sign out of that profile and you could play it on another account. So I buy the game half price day one. 2K don't send me no free copies. 2K don't give me no free copies. Alright? I bought the game for the Switch for 15 bucks on sale. Not when it came out for the Switch 2. No. I waited for the holidays and I bought it on sale for $15. The only time I paid full price for WWE was because we were doing LWF and I ended up having a couple of dollars at GameStop and I bought it at GameStop for PS5. But I don't recommend you spend $130 and then be miserable. No, hold on, Mando. Guys, is that I don't want to show you... I'll show you, I guess, a screenshot. Let me pull it up. I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to show you an image. I'm going to take a screenshot. I don't want to show it on my desktop, but I'll show you a screenshot. When you download Urban VPN and you log in on your computer, it has to be on your computer. If you're paying for it, if it's forcing you to pay for it, it's probably because you're doing it mobile. But if you do it like on a laptop, on a computer, or whatever, this is what you're gonna see. For those that are asking me, this is the one time I'll talk about it. We gotta get back to 2K26 topics here, but I wanna put you guys on so you don't miss the Royal Rumble, man. It's, to me, as a wrestling fan, I love knowing that other fans get to watch it too, and I know all of you guys already have Netflix. This is not like you're stealing anything, or you already pay for Netflix, guys. So, Urban VPN, this is what it looks like. When you download the software, you're not going to get any pop-ups, you're not going to get any glitches or anything crazy. This is official. VPNs are official. It's not like you're doing anything. You're not doing anything bad. So you download Urban VPN like you see on your screen, that logo to the top left. That's their logo. Make sure you go to the right website. Google it. Google it. I'm not posting the website. I can't. Not here. And then once you download it, look at what it says here. You don't have to log in, or you don't even have to create an account. You just put continue free. That's it. Once you put continue free, you're good to go. Because then it'll show you this on the other end. It shows you this when you go to continue free. Right now, that's the fake IP address that it creates for you. It creates a fake IP address and it'll log in to the United States. It'll log into Canada. It'll put whatever you want. Spain, France, whatever. Just make sure you're logged into your Netflix account on your web browser. The cops showed up, man. I don't know what you were doing with that. I don't know what you were doing with that. I heard Express was free. I got Nord last year, but I canceled. I just downloaded Urban. Gracias, broski. No problem. Rude. No problem. Happy to help. Especially if you guys are watching it on your computer. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you're gonna watch it on your like Apple TV or like Fire Stick or something like that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one you could get there, but I know Urban VPN is the best one for the computer. That's all I can offer. And I'm not sponsored by them either. Just letting you know, that's a good one. Shout out to the new subscriber we just got. We got a new subscriber that just joined us here. I think we got 2 actually. Can it be logged in from iPhone or computer only? If you do it on iPhone, it'll try to get you to sign up and pay. Can we get right to censor to? Yes, bro. The right to censor was really big during the Attitude Era, so that wouldn't surprise me. Sami Zayn will never be a top guy. Well, he's competing for the title now. For the iPhone, there's another one that you could download for free, but you guys, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Go to join our Discord community. Test would be great. Can I watch it on YouTube? No. It'll be on Netflix. To watch WWE for free, I'm sure there's other ways that you could look around to find some sort of trial, or just you got to look around the internet, man. I can't give that out. I don't know anything. I watch on Netflix. That's all I do. APA. Oh, man. Listen, we could talk about superstars that they should have from the Attitude Era. APA, right to censor. No problem. I'm happy to help, but I ain't trying to get in trouble here, guys. You got to do your own research. I'm just trying to give you some little Easter eggs. Spike Dudley would be nice, or even Hardcore Holly, Val Venus. Watch wrestling is what you use. Hey, if that's what you use, that's what you use. The Brood would be cool, but you know we don't have Edge and Christian. Only thing I said was I feel the models need an upgrade. It's the same copy and paste every year. I feel the community does better. Yeah, you're right. The community does do better with certain models. What matches you want them to add in new? Well, we already know the new match is coming this year. It's going to be 3 Stages of Hell, which I can't wait to use and play with. We're getting Inferno, I Quit, and Dumpster. I'm happy with those, but I really want more matches for special guest referee. Why am I moving the bottle like that? I would want to see more matches for special guest referee. So support for that. And I want to see them add Iron Survivor eventually. Hopefully the rumors and the articles that we read from Mike Straw, I hope that's what it is. Buried Alive would be awesome, yes. Listen, we're just scratching the surface when it comes to details. We are going to get some real deal Holyfield details on Friday when they put out the pre-order. And we might get the CM Punk reveal tomorrow. Rhino's a free agent? I wouldn't be surprised if WWE hires him as a trainer. What are the wrestlers for your first 3 stages of hell? It'll probably be a 1v1. So I'll probably use Ricky Saints. I like using new superstars. Ricky Saints, who wasn't in the game last year. And if Jeff Hardy's in the game, I'll go with Jeff Hardy. Do you think Iron Survivor could still be in but unlocked in My Rise? Ooh, that'll be great. Hell yeah. If we get hello ladies. Ooh. The Big Balbowski. Hey, let me tell you, I don't know if you guys could see. Let me put my camera big right here. You see what I'm pointing back here? It's a little blurry. Look at my finger. Yesterday, I got a Sega Dreamcast, ladies and gentlemen. More retro gaming coming. I'm gonna get the WWE games on Sega Dreamcast eventually. Nah, we ain't getting Tajiri. That would be cool though. I would like to see Tajiri. If they add Val Venus, bra and panties matches, can't be too far. Stop. You know they're not adding that. Yeah, I'm going to get the Royal Rumble game for Dreamcast for sure. I love the Sega Dreamcast. It means the world to me. And I know you guys can't tell, but this is my retro corner over there, which I haven't shown you more over here because over here is a little messy. But right there, that I'm pointing at, those little gray things you see there, those little circles, that's the N64. That's a Nintendo Wii. These are all my Wii games. There's a couple N64 games stacked there. And then my Dreamcast is down here. And then I got a PS3 right in front here. I got my Xbox in the front here. But that's my retro corner. And I'm going to be doing some retro wrestling games on the channel at some point. But right now, we're covering 2K26. We're experiencing the excitement, the hype. And I cannot wait. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am because we're going to be dropping videos along the way as well to keep everyone locked in. I know this weekend I sold out, man. This weekend I sold out. I totally sold out because I was watching UFC yesterday and they dropped the freaking cover. But hopefully tomorrow, whenever we get the CM Punk reveal, I'm going to end up doing a video talking about all the new covers in one straight video. Man, I really want a different Nitro arena, and I want WCW Thunder. I love the Thunder arena. Yes, I want to get WWF Attitude for Dreamcast. If I can find it complete with the case and all that, I'll definitely get it. What up, Unk? UNC fan. My fault. I called you Unk. It's that time of the year, man. Yeah, I do got a PS5. Of course. Raw 2000 is good. I mean, watch along for Raw tomorrow. Our next watch along will be Royal Rumble. Well, if they announce that we're getting the new cover tomorrow during Raw, I'll stream. How about that? That's my commitment. If they say tune into Raw because they're going to reveal the cover, I will stream. And then when they reveal the cover, we're going to start discussing it, breaking it down, and going crazy live like we did on Friday. Because I don't want to miss the reveal if it's happening again. Because I missed it yesterday at Saturday night's main event. It ain't happening again. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Royal Rumble for Dreamcast is bare bones. It really is, man. Royal Rumble for Dreamcast. I remember renting that game at Hollywood Video when that still existed, and it was straight garbanzo. They already said tune into Raw? Hold on. They didn't say that. It says, who's ready for Saturday night's main event? We sure are. Make sure to tune in. Then they put the pre-order. Then they put the cover. That's it. When did they say tune into Raw? Stop playing with me. I just scrolled down their main page. Michael Cole said tune into Raw. Michael Cole, when? My faction wish list. My faction, that's... I'm pausing the music for this one. Oh, Michael Cole said it? All right, thank you guys. So guess what? We're going to be tuning into Raw. We're going to be watching that. So we're going to get a real life reaction. All right, so my thing about my faction, and I wish I could sit down with the developers and see what's going on with my faction. Why are we taking so long to make my faction deeper and more in depth for wrestling fans to really sink their teeth into this mode? Why can't they get some, some inspiration from NBA 2K? The pack odds are already trash. I'm not talking about pack odds, by the way. I know a lot of people out there, all they do is think about the microtransaction and they turn their brains off. They don't want to play the island. They don't want to play my faction. I feel you. Salute. But for me, I like playing those modes. I like fantasy team building stuff. I like collecting digital cards, as corny as it sounds. But it bothers me that with my faction, you have so many possibilities to give us modes to play with friends and to play versus the CPU. Like NBA 2K has triple threat, 5v5, 2v2, 1v1. You could do it with friends. You could do it by yourself. They got the showdown. They got domination. You go down every team. You could go down the roster. World Tour this year, huge bust. They updated World Tour now, right before the game is about to, get announced, the new one. Listen, my faction's wish list is a laundry list that I'll be talking to you here all night long. Seriously. They are not even close to figuring it out yet, in my opinion. Personas, all right. You got me there. Personas are very cool. And modernizing the look for certain gimmicks, like they gave us modern Alexa Bliss not long after the game came out. That might as well be like a DLC, right? Because it's actual official gear. I'm all for it. Drew McIntyre, I'm all for it. AJ Styles, I'm all for it. Triple H 99, I'm all for it. I love it. I'm cool with it. Good job, 2K. But why only make it about opening these stupid ass money hungry microtransaction garbanzo packs? Because somebody's in the boardroom saying we need to make money? No. Come on, that's not enough. You gotta give your players a bigger meaning. Wrestling fans are not that easy to convince when it comes to giving them new features. Look at how everybody reacted to the island. I didn't spend any money on my island characters. I didn't spend any money on Goldberg and Nikki Bella. You give us depth within my faction. I'm not saying to give us more storylines or put in cutscenes. I'm talking about depth in the game modes. Give us a why, a reason to want to grind. My faction is missing that. I know it took NBA 2K a long time to perfect that, and they're still bamboozling all the people that like ripping packs. But if I show you my squad in NBA 2K, you can tell that I put time into that. Because they got me, man. I love playing domination, as boring as it may be at times. I enjoy the double XP I get from it. I enjoy the points that I get from it. I enjoy the unlockables that I get from it. And I would be saying the same exact thing if WWE took a chance and actually added game modes within that same concept of my faction to get you to come back. The live events, they're not good enough. I'm sorry. The live events just ain't good enough. requirements for the live events are, listen, they're ridiculous. You want to give us live events? I'm down. Bro, I'm so down with the live events. After a pay-per-view, give us the live events from the match card. Give us fantasy matches. The stuff they've been doing with the birthdays, I'm down with that too. The live events could be the bread and butter, and they are dropping the ball because it's only pushing your potential audience away by doing it the way they're doing it. Online live events, offline live events. Yes. It's just crazy. There's the replay value there. It's kind of there. Kenny Baum told me himself that this is the first time that he's really been into My Faction. Shout out to My Faction Reaction, who played the crap out of this mode. But it could have so much more meaningful replay value, bro. Like quality stuff here. And I would be the first person to stream and upload on it. Why haven't you seen Lexx drop My Faction content? Because it's a guilty pleasure of mine that I barely play in comparison to other people. And to me, it is just an empty shell. And I know that they have people working hard at the game. I know the budget is tight. But dude, budgeting and priorities are two different things, man. The live events, they could do much better work with that. I would love to deep dive into that. Guys, what is a live event? Telling you to pick a certain superstar and versus a character with certain stipulations and you get rewarded? That's it. You're going to tell me that that's going to cost a lot of money for you to put some cool matches? They just did it now to close out 2K25. I did a lot of them where they made the superstars like purchasable and they lowered the prices. I actually played it. And I can't tell you how much fun I had streaming that and showing you guys, unlocking the characters. But you're killing me with this. Like they seem like desperate, bro. I also heard 2K is getting sued for the microtransactions. They might be. I'm not sure if they are, but I don't know if that's a case they'll lose or win. I don't know how that's going to go. My Faction is confusing because this year they have every single member of DX but no DX pack. Listen, man. You don't got to twist a WWE fan's arm to spend money. People will spend money, man. A lot of money. Look at Fortnite. Fortnite is a different beast. There's more money being pumped into it now. But Fortnite started off really, really small. And it blew up because it was good quality content. When you deliver solid quality that turns into good quality and then great, you create a fan base that will follow you for the most part till the end of time. 2K, we are fans of WWE. We are willing to give WWE our money. You represent WWE by making this game. There is no reason why you need to twist our arm to make additional profits. You create something special, things will eventually fall into place. And I know a lot of you don't care for the island, don't want to hear anything about the island. But I'm here to tell you that the island could very much turn into something special. There is a lot going for the island. The island is a fun concept if done right. My faction as well. My GM is still a work in progress, but I feel like it's getting good. It's getting good. This year, I took a pass on it. I'll admit it. But it's getting good because they're adding more stuff to do within by co-op and giving you different things to do with the setup of the programs and the GM wars. We'll see how 2K26 turns out. My Rise, stop with the cell phone stuff. I know you want to make this an interactive experience. Find a better way. I'm not a dev creator. I know you're trying to take a shortcut because you can't put too many voiceovers and cutscenes. So you use the cell phone. There's a good method to have us reading stuff. I feel like this ain't it. Find another way. Please. I'm begging you. I want to love My Rise. And in My Rise, let us use real superstars too. Universe has improved a lot. This year has been like the best year for Universe mode, even though I haven't really played it all that much. And you know what's funny? That if 2K looks up my playing time on the game, they're gonna see that I played a lot on multiplayer because they could look at the numbers. They'll see that I played a lot of multiplayer matches. I streamed a lot of the LWF stuff, and I wasn't even involved in the matches. I lost a bunch as well. They're gonna see that I had a bunch of exhibition matches that I quit out of because sometimes I don't even finish the matches. They'll see that I started playing My Rise a little bit. They'll see that I played my faction a good bit. But they'll also know that I didn't play my GM. And that I barely touched Universe mode. Because I feel like there's still room for them to add more stuff before I start to dedicate time to that. Beyond that, getting back to the more positive stuff, I love WWE 2k25. And I spent plenty of time on PS5, Xbox, and now Nintendo Switch 2, and I've enjoyed my time with it. We tend to focus on if this is going to be the best wrestling game ever. Was this the best wrestling game ever? I think that's the wrong focal point. Because we're putting so much into this anticipation and build up, and sometimes it's unrealistic. It needs to be fun, bro. It needs to be fun. I don't care about anything else. I don't care if it has glitches. I don't care if there's clipping. I don't care if it has goofy dialogue at times. I just need to have fun. Like, guys, whether this may put you on or off or whatever, like, dude, I've played enough of these games. And I'll tell you that I'm not really that difficult to please. I'm not asking you to reinvent the wheel here. I just want to have a good time. When I pick up the controller, I want to disconnect from whatever real life is going on around. And I want to lock in on the game and just have fun with it. That's it. It doesn't have to be a 10 out of 10 best experience wrestling game ever, technical. No. Fun. That's it. Those games that I played, that retro corner that we've been building, the collection that I showed you guys that I had back there, those games didn't have half of the stuff that these games have now. But the features that it did have were amazing. And it gave you a lot of replay value. And it was fun. It was enjoyable. We played with friends. We didn't even have online multiplayer like we have now, in the early PS2 days and PS1. And if they were able to capture what fun felt like at that time, you can sure as hell capture fun in 2K26. And I think, call me naive, oblivious, but these covers, it looks like that is what it's going to represent. The Monday Night Wars cover and the Attitude Era cover, these two covers look like it's going to represent a lot of fun. Why? Because they're giving us an era in wrestling that had a lot of shit going on in those backstage segments, those matches that they had, a lot of iconic moments. And if you're going to associate yourself with that kind of era, then there is a reason why, and it has to be that it's going to be fun. What up, bros? You played a lot doing the story mode. Story mode was just basic fun too, man. I agree, Lex. The fun needs to be back. And it's not just, I'll tell you right now, guys, I'm not here picking on 2K, 25, 26 or any of the WWE games. Gaming in general, since I've been, like I said, playing these games for so long, sometimes it feels like these companies get complacent and they're like, oh yeah, we can't do this, we can't do that. Well, let's focus on what we can do. Let's focus on what we do have. Let's focus on, what that next fun game looks like. Not WWE, but like all the companies in the gaming industry. I grew up playing those games I grew up playing those games too. That's the thing, that I grew up on those, bro. I grew up on those games. I had nothing, bro. And I've gone back to play some of them, and the nostalgia, the nostalgia only takes you so far. Like when you log in, I'm like, man, I remember the times. I remember the times. But then I play and I'm like, yeah, this was rough. I grew up playing SVR from the beginning of my childhood on the PSP. Those games were rough. The fact Lex doesn't have the nickname Suplex just seems wrong. Yeah, it's the gimmick they chose to go with. Guys, let me ask you something though, real quick. Be serious. We have only, which I appreciate all the 98 likes, but we have 98 likes and 225 votes. Man, if you knew how helpful and how amazing liking up the stream would be for me, you guys would crush it. I agree with the guy that made the comment about My Rise playing it like 10 times to get everything, the amount of times you gotta do live. No, yeah. I don't like that. They gotta stop with the My Rise replay stuff just to get an item. They need to find a better way. It was raw. Wrestling's game came a long way, especially WWE. Do you remember the game WrestleMania? Yeah. Do you remember playing Challenge Mode in 07? Actually, I don't. Bro, a lot of these older games were so bare bones. So tomorrow on Monday Night Raw, they're going to reveal the next cover, and guess who's going to be live streaming waiting for that reaction? Yes, sir. We will be live tomorrow again. A good single-player campaign in the island where you level up a custom character that you could use for the open world multiplayer with cool game modes will save the island. I agree. They could do that. They could. It was in the locker room for season mode. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. Season mode, that's what I wish they brought back. That's what I wish they brought back. Season mode would be amazing. Smaller is also has to be a small trailer with the gameplay. No way it isn't. You're right. Or what if tomorrow they reveal like the CM Punk cover with real life footage, and then on Friday we get the gameplay teaser? Miss when backstage looked like a real arena, not what we have now. Backstage does look like a real arena now. Have you played it in third person? It does look good. Do you think 2K25 was bare bones? Hell no, no. 2K25 had a lot. Listen, 2K25, we talked a little bit about it last stream, so I don't want to repeat myself right now. I'll probably have to repeat myself on this road to 2K26 a couple of times, which I'm fine with that. But I'll tell you that the presentation with the third-person camera and the way you could widen the shot, the movement, the backstage parking lot, the backstage warehouse, just that alone for me was special. My Rise, I still got to finish that. I'm going to be streaming that too, but you know, the island, that felt special. Even though it kind of fell off on certain things, it felt special. First wrestling game career mode was SmackDown, Just Bring It. As I didn't understand how to do Attitude and No Mercy on the... Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. You didn't... Wait, you didn't understand how to do it in No Mercy and Attitude. You think we get more backstage areas? I would sure hope so. I would sure hope so. Current one is a garage, and then it goes to like this area where it has like the interview section and it has like lighting and the part you go up. It's more than just a garage. It has a little bit more than just a garage. 2K15 was bare bones, just like Royal Rumble on Dreamcast. Yeah, it was. It really was. I'm so happy I got the Dreamcast, guys. The Dreamcast was one console that has been eluding me, and I finally managed to find it. We were able to get it. $14 months, Spencer. Holy moly! Thank you. You have been supporting for over 14 months, and I know you've been tuning in too. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. Wondering who will be the other cover? It has to be CM Punk, right? Bring back Road to WrestleMania? Not necessarily you gotta bring back Road to WrestleMania, but have you played Day of Reckoning? I have Day of Reckoning, but I gotta get it shipped from my friend. I've never played it before that. Like, I had on GameCube WrestleMania, and I just picked up WrestleMania with Kurt Angle on the cover and The Rock and Stone Cold. I swear Xbox took their controller design, the OG controller, from the Dreamcast controller. I used to love the Dreamcast controller. I hope that they make the fighting area next to the commentary team like 08. That would be cool. Bring back story mode. I'm down. Imagine that's what the Monday Night Wars is. Story mode. Let me see how long we've been streaming today's episode. We've been going at it for almost 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. What an epic stream. Dynamic crowds. I would love dynamic crowds. I talked about that last year. Honestly, I felt like last year was the year that we could have gotten dynamic crowds. Is it going to be this year now? And I'm not just saying like graphics. I'm talking about sounds. I'm talking about like the way that we could fight around them. Yeah, Spencer has been a member for 14 months. That's crazy. Story designer. Imagine if this year is the year they brought back a story designer. It makes 1,000 sense to reveal the next cover on Raw if it's CM Punk. True. That's what I think too. 231 votes. 80% said yes, can't wait. 4% said no, not really. 16% said I don't know yet. My bad. I was checking something out here on my end. Just wanted to make sure that we have everything in order for tomorrow, and it seems like, yeah, we're gonna be streaming. We gotta stream. I want the 06 ECW CM Punk. That would be sweet. I like playing Neo Geo games. Never played that one. Why do they make the cover sweet, but they put the cover star on all? Why? My question is, why isn't it physical? I need to get this physical. Would you guys buy these covers physically? Or are you guys getting this digital regardless? Would you guys be getting this physical? What up, Suji? If they fix Undertaker and Booker T image. They made Universe have eras. Oh, that would be a good way to freshen it up. Always tuning in, not vocal. Nothing wrong with that, Spencer. Sometimes you just want to chill. Table stacking, from what I read, that would be crazy. Pop meter would be crazy. Not much of a collector anymore, so I'll be going digital. Physical, I would buy them definitely. Yes, absolutely. So I'm gonna split the first version. I'll probably get the $130, split that in half with my boy. That'll end up being like what, $65 a pop. So I'll get that one first digitally, and then if they release a special edition, I'll probably wait for a sale and then pick it up on either Nintendo Switch 2 or PS5. No, well, I'm probably gonna get it for PS5. I don't know. I gotta see. Another thing that we haven't talked about is crossplay. I hope they add crossplay. Happy Australia Day, man. Happy Australia Day, man. Have a good one. Man, I would love the triple cage. It would be cool to see Attitude Era theme menu. Oh, man. They should add that. We need to get the theme songs, the arenas. We got to get that feel. If you're going to give us these covers, you know, if you're going to give us this, you got to give us the menus. Now you got me hyped up because I want to see what the menus look like. I'm a big menu fan, so I hope it represents it. I'd have to get a digital regardless Series S, but I do miss physical copies. And the extra stuff you'd get. Yeah, man, you're right, Jugalo. They used to give the maps with the GTA ones. It would be cool to see Attitude Era theme menu for sure. I'm an OG, so of course physical would be the best. Do you remember when you asked Nathan if smoke in the arena could mess up gameplay? I was thinking about that. How did they get the pandemic arena to work with all those webcams? Well, remember, the webcams work like the Tron area. You're right. It's impressive that they got it to work even with the webcams, but I think it's just like the way they set up the image. It's probably like a super low quality image, and it just plays like the Tron, like just like a logo. Think gameplay reveal trailer be during the Rumble. I think we're gonna get the trailer, the real trailer tomorrow with CM Punk. Will it have gameplay? I think we're getting the gameplay one this week though, even if it's not tomorrow. But yeah, they'll show it at the Rumble. Do you think they'll bring the old format from 2K13? What's the old format? Yeah, we don't know if they're ditching last gen. We don't know anything yet. Streets of Rage series. I remember I played one of them when I was younger. 2K20 was last one that had the SmackDown. Oh yeah, the 20th anniversary edition was dope for that one. I hope standard edition is going to be fire. It has to be. It has to be. When you got these awesome covers, you can't just put CM Punk boring in the middle. All theme music need to be accurate? Hell yeah. I hope the standard edition freaking has like some fire ass artwork. Commentary team change. That is so necessary. I hope they do. Add some more freaking commentators. We got Booker T. We got Vic Joseph. Wade Barrett. I have to see if they brought back the menu design from 08, 07, 06. I wonder if they'll even bother to do that. I don't think they would, honestly. I think they're going to keep the design that they have now because I feel like the design that they have now has been pretty stable and solid for them. Easy to get around. Which I don't hate it. I don't hate it, honestly. But it gets a little boring. It does get a little boring. I'll agree with that. Jeff Cobb. Oh yeah, Jeff Cobb has to be there. Standard Edition will have different versions of Punk on it. That would be nice. So another question I wanted to ask you guys. Will you be upset if they reveal that last gen, meaning PS4 and Xbox One, still has the game available? Will you guys be upset about that? If they make the game on last gen, does that mean that you're pissed off? No. Yes, I would. Yes, very upset. Upset? No. A little disappointed, maybe. Yes, I will. Not really. Now that I get the new system for Christmas, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It limits us. Well, they're saying 200 character customized cause, so they're doubling that. 400 superstars. No. No. Yeah, I would love if they added the 98, 99, all those intros. Hell yeah. No. All right. So it seems like we kind of have more yeses about being bothered, but there are a few saying no. Why would anyone be pissed? Everyone gets to play. A lot of people want current gen only, though. That's the thing. Even though I highly doubt it. I think it's going to come out on last gen, man. I don't want you guys to get too disappointed about that. I think it's coming out on last gen only. Sorry. There's just too much money on the PS4 side of things. Too many gamers that still play on PS4 that would, buy it. But what I do hope is that they're working more on the next gen version and worrying less about the last gen. PS5 is being wasted right now if they don't. I will say that they've always taken long. The WWE games have always taken long. They took long to make the game 4K. They took long to add HDR. They took long to add, the more modern games have taken long to add these new technical improvements. I just want current gen. I feel you. I don't know if they'll have a new backstage arena, but I would sure hope so. I would sure hope so. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, right before Monday Night Raw goes on, we will be live discussing WWE 2k26 once again. The crazy part about tomorrow is that not only will we have to cover the same covers that we've been talking about here, because yes, we've covered this plenty, I feel, but CM Punk is probably going to have some gameplay teases. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Hopefully. But they'll reveal the showcase. They'll reveal the showcase tomorrow. They have to. You can't reveal the cover that it's CM Punk without the showcase reveal, so it has to be CM Punk. So the point I'm getting at is that tomorrow we're going to have some more juicy details. And then on Friday, we're going to have the pre-orders go live for everyone to pre-order. So this week, we have our next stream coming right at you on Monday, where I'm going to react live and discuss this. Tuesday, I'll be dropping a video talking about everything. Friday, I'll be dropping a video and I'll be streaming. And then Saturday, I'll be streaming the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is happening this Saturday, and we will have a live watch along talking about 2K26, talking about wrestling, talking about the show. You want to see a true day and night weather system? Yeah, they're not giving us a weather system, man. Yeah, they need to do it different, Kev. I agree. That's what I think they should do. Remember when I told you Booker T did an interview and he said he recorded voiceovers for the next game? So I hope so, man. I don't think he needs to replace Byron Saxton, but he needs to add to it. I hope the bonuses are good too, Straight Edge. Fingers crossed we get some good info tomorrow. Fingers crossed we get some good bonuses revealed on Friday. Fingers crossed we have an awesome Royal Rumble. I'll see y'all on the next one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.